Welcome to Beyond the Loss. This is a space for parents who have lost a child in any way, at any age, where no grief is ranked, explained, or excluded. I'm Dr. Sharon Spano, developmental coach, systems thinker, and a parent whose life was forever changed by the death of my own son, Michael. When a child dies, life doesn't return to what it was. Identity shifts, meaning fractures, and yet life continues to ask something of us. These conversations are for parents living this reality and for the professionals who support them. My intention is to offer a space where loss is not compared, judged, or explained away. Before we move into episode 1, I want to offer a brief orientation, not as content, more like a moment of self-consent, so you know what kind of listening this space invites and how to take care of yourself while you're here. If you found this podcast Beyond the Loss, you may be arriving from many different places. You may be a parent who has lost a son or daughter, and you may already know that early language around grief doesn't always reach what I call the long after. You may be a professional who supports bereaved families, and you may sense that this loss disrupts more than emotions. It disrupts identity, relationships, and really the entire family system. Or you may be someone who loves a parent living with this loss, and you want to understand how to be present without trying to fix what cannot be fixed. Wherever you're coming from, you're welcome here. But here's a gentle boundary I want to offer you. This podcast is designed for reflective listening. It isn't crisis support, and it isn't meant to meet the immediate needs of acute early grief. If your loss is very recent, if everything feels raw, unstable, or unlivable, I want to say this simply and with care. You deserve support that is closer than a podcast. A trained grief counselor, a therapist, a support group, a trusted person who can stay near you. This space will still be here later. There's no urgency and there's no timeline. So here's some things to think about as you listen, a few invitations, if you will, not rules, just options that may tend to help. First, listen in fragments. You don't need to complete an episode in one sitting. You can pause mid-sentence if you need to. You're not behind and you're not doing it wrong. Second, don't force sequence. You can start anywhere. Some episodes will meet you and some won't. Follow what you have capacity for and be kind to your body. Take what fits and leave what doesn't. Every loss is different and every family system is different. If something resonates, keep it. If it doesn't, let it pass without trying to correct yourself. And fourth, allow your body to be part of the listening. Grief is not only emotional, it's physiological. So if you notice tightness, fatigue, tears, irritation, numbness, that's not failure. That's just information that the body is telling you, offering you. Sometimes the most respectful thing you can do is stop and return later. For professionals and supporters, if you're listening as a professional or as someone supporting a grieving parent, one small suggestion. Try listening once as a human being first, not as an expert, not as someone collecting language, not as someone solving a problem. Just let it land. And then if you choose, you can return as a professional and consider what it means for your work. That small shift changes what you're actually able to hear. So why does any of this matter? Because the long after is often lonelier than anyone expects or understands. Early grief is visible. The long after is quieter. And yet it's where identity and life reorganize slowly, unevenly, without neat answers. This podcast exists for that territory. It is held with care, without comparison, without hierarchy, and without the pressure to explain how your child died in order to belong. If you only take one thing from this episode, let it be this. You don't have to listen perfectly, and you don't have to listen quickly, and you don't have to listen bravely. You're invited to listen in a way that supports you rather than demands something from you. In episode 1, we'll begin by naming what the space holds. For now, just this. You don't need the right words to be here, and you don't need a certain kind of story. And you don't need to be anywhere other than where you are right now. So let's begin. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this conversation stirred something for you, you don't need to make sense of it right away. There's no timeline for understanding and no right way to carry what remains. Beyond the Loss exists to honor parents who've lost a son or daughter and all the complexity that this implies, and to support the professionals who walk alongside them without comparison, judgment, or explanation. Wherever you are in the long after, you are not required to arrive anywhere else. Until next time, take gentle care.